Jim Elliott and 4 others were murdered by Auca Indians. Later, their families went and won the tribes for Christ. We talk about persecution, we talk about suffering, we talk about revival. But we really don't know what it is to suffer for the sake of Christ. We know what it is to have physical infirmities. We know what it's like to have sickness. But none of us in here probably really know what it's like to be tortured or beaten. We've been criticized. But have we been spit on? Have we been tied up? Have we been left in the sun to die? Have we been stabbed? Dismembered? Physical games played with. Mental games. Because we were Christians. And when I'm talking about mental games, I'm talking about taken into an interrogation camp, water drip, yada, yada, yada. We don't know any of that. We've had it good in America. We really don't know what it's like to suffer for the sake of Christ. The thing is, if we're going to carry this gospel message, we need to have our minds made up now. God, no matter what the cost, I'm willing to take your gospel message, because the world we're living in is quickly changing. America is quickly changing. She's no longer the 1950s where everyone went to church. It's not the year of Reagan or those before him that might have promoted the church or might have said this about God or said that we need God or without God America will fall. We're not living in that society. We are in a society that's quickly becoming socialistic. We know that the times are coming to an end. We see the cashless society coming. We see the stage being set for the Antichrist. But do we have it made up in our mind's eye that no matter what comes, we will stand for Christ? When we look at the armor, there's that having the feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace, that gospel message. Now, that's exactly where we need to be in our walk with Christ. Those shoes, the gospel of peace, gives us the indication of boots or something with cleats, nails sticking down that they grip into the ground, that when the enemy comes in, that we're unmovable. Persecution may come, but are we to such a place with God that we are going to take the gospel message wherever He bids us? And when the enemy comes in like a flood, no matter what physical, mental persecution comes, we're set. And we're pushing on for Christ. Doesn't matter what afflictions we may have to endure. We will push forward with the gospel of Jesus Christ. No matter what persecution may come, whether it be imprisonment, wrongfully, or just because we're preaching the gospel message. Whether it's torture, physical torture, mental torture, emotional, we will sink our feet in the ground and we will push forward. No matter what comes our way. Because greater is He that is in us than he is in the world. And we have that burden and that passion to reach the lost at any cost before it's too late. And we'll end there for today. Does anybody have anything they'd like to add, any thoughts, any questions?
That one that you said by the one missionary that was killed, wasn't that also 5 missionaries that were killed at one time?
Are you talking about with the Auca Indians down in South America?
It might be, and then the wives, the elders got almost all those days.
Yeah, that's exactly it, brother. Jim Elliott, Nate Saint, all those. Yes, sir. Anyone else? If not, let's bow our heads and prepare our hearts for service. Gracious Heavenly Father, we give you all praise and glory for everything you've you've done for us and shall continue to do. Lord, we thank you that you're God who reigns on high, and that there's none like you, Lord. Now, even right now, we rebuke every attack of the enemy that should come our way. We pray that you set your angels at the four corners of the property, above and below, that no attack of the enemy penetrate. I pray that our hearts and our minds will be plowed, that they be good soil for your word to follow, Lord, that we may remember your word throughout the week, Lord, but even greater than that, that it would take root in our hearts, Lord, that we may remember it, Lord, that it will become part of us, Lord, that we would be transformed into your very image. Anoint the song leader and the musicians as they lead us in the songs you have us to sing. Give them a special blessing as well. Anoint the pastor as he brings forth the word today. Anoint my nose and lips that your word can bring forth, come forth. We ask all these things in